Welcome to another episode of Past Lives Matter. This time we go into the future with Liz and Kristen. We talk about the fear of being seen in the future, and I talk about building my empire, what it looks like, and how awesome it is. Kristen, are you experiencing high sounds in your left ear? What are you hearing in your ear? Describe.
I just hear ringing, but it's like water's in my ear at the same time. And I know that I just recently took a shower, but I, rinsed or got all the water out of my ears, but it still feels like there's just water sitting like up to the ear hole there.
Yeah.
And like from the inside to there, but there's a ringing.
Yeah. So ringing in the ears is a fascinating symptom. And I will say metaphysically, I'm not a doctor. Metaphysically, it is a change in vibrational frequency, which then allows you to hear more sounds when you raise your vibration. So people, when they shift, will get ringing in the ears, and it tends to work itself out after you integrate fully from that shift. Sometimes it requires, a chiropractor or massage or oils, but to help with that integration. But that is a very common symptom of raising your vibration and shifting on a metaphysical level.
I did not actually know that.
Oh yeah, that was like when I started doing this like years ago, that was like almost every single person was like ringing the ears, ringing the ears.
I thought it was connected to the side that it was on, and that it was a message in regards to that. But
well, there is other meanings, right? Like you're not
right.
listening, you're
Right.
not hearing, or and that's where like I would really, why a visual is so important for me, because like if people like tug on their ears, that's like, that literally means like listen, but it's a subconscious thing. So people will be like playing with their ears, and I'm like, oh, I got to listen to that.
Oh, interesting.
Or if I get I get burning if I need to listen, it'll start like getting red and irritated and start feeling like super hot and burning. So yeah, it's not just one thing, but that's what I was guided to say to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So let's jump into the future now. Future.
Oh, wait, can I say something about that?
Yeah.
It's also like part of your clairaudience too.
Yes.
And
thank you for pointing that out.
And then also for me, I can, so say like a truck was driving on the street and it was like really rumbly. I can hear the rumbling and like right in my ear. For some reason, they're that sensitive that I can just hear the rumble and the vibration of the truck. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Super sensitive.
Yeah.
I definitely have very strong ears and a very strong nose. My sight, not so much.
That's not true.
Hey, that's a whole different ball game. My physical sight. My spiritual sight is on point.
On point. Good. All right, good. So let's jump into the future. You guys have anything else to say before we jump?
No.
Time jump. All right, let's jump into the future. I immediately saw Kristen at a podium speaking in front of lots of people, and she is getting paid a lot of money to be there, and she is having some fear come up, and it is, of course, it's fear. Well, all I get is fear of the self.
It's like it's crazy because I've seen this in my head a million times and it scares the shit out of me. And I've been working on detaching that fear. But like the fear of being seen, the fear of speaking my truth, the fear of people judging me, the fear of people coming after me, like it's not just of me. It's of me showing myself and having repercussions in doing so. However, I've been unlayering that.
Right. Because that would be, an ego thing, right?
Right.
Like thinking about what happens after the fact, that is like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen, right?
Right.
Like, what is that fear coming from? Do you think? Or do you know? I don't want to keep saying, do you think?
Part of it was I felt really unheard and unseen as a child. And so me stepping into that, when I was a kid, if you stepped into that, there was always some kind of repercussion to it. But
Mhm.
also like and this is something I worked through when Annabis came through that I was messaging you about,
Mhm.
was of how much my life could change if that were when that becomes a possibility, when that opportunity comes my way to travel somewhere and get paid to speak, and how then I start thinking about, oh, what am I going to do with my son? And I start thinking about all of the externals that have absolutely nothing to do with the direction that I want to go, but I still have to keep those in mind. So I'm trying to find that balance, but it's more of a fear of change. And I felt like I broke a big chunk of that off last night, actually.
Good for you.
Thank
And
you.
I also, the first thing I saw and heard was you worrying about your son. And what I got immediately was he's with you. So you actually don't even need to to worry about it. He's with you. And I also see, so my kid's dad traveled for 15 years around the world and with bands. And there's one band, one very well-known band that um the lead singer and his wife had a baby, and they would go on tour to as well. Not all the time, but like most of the time. And what an amazing life. Not that you have to be on tour 24/7, you know what I mean?
Right.
But like that, the expansion of that child that gets to go experience different places because there's different sparks of light in different locations. So holy moly, like what an experience.
That's
And on top of that, to be with their parents,
right.
no?
Right.
What do you need in this moment, if anything? For that future version of you, because it's already happened, it's already happening, it's there. What do you need in that moment at the podium?
I feel like I just saw myself at the podium and I scanned the room and saw Clyde's face at like he was sitting there.
Yeah.
And that gave me comfort.
Good. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Good. Does that feel complete now?
Yes.
Good. Good job.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. I just see everyone clapping now. And your son's face. Yeah. What?
I said, I see him very happy, and that makes me happy.
Liz.
Yeah.
I see you also there. And you're so funny. You're like messing with the podium. You're like you're moving the microphone. You're like moving the that like furniture thing, whatever. It's like it has to be in a certain position. You're like cleaning it. You're making sure that everyone that comes before you and after you, it's like in the right spot. Tell me about that.
I mean, this sounds just like me. Well, I would say just because I like it set up how I want it.
Yeah, I see you like tapping the microphone. too.
I think I'm used to it because I've sang in front of people before, and I always like check,
Okay.
do a mic check and making sure it's because I've seen people like look really awkward and not talking to the microphone, and I just don't like to be disrupted. And I just want to do it right because I'm a perfectionist, but not, and I don't give a shit, but I do. But it's
Yeah.
okay if it turns out the way it does. I also did see myself there.
Yeah. Good. What
So
do you
that's
talk
funny that
about?
you said that. What's up?
What do you talk about?
Um, I would talk about my life and how I got to where I am today. And I have seen myself through this journey already, talking and performing in front of more and more people. I just did a Reiki intro class to like a 55 older group. There was 12 people in the room.
That's awesome.
They wanted me to talk to them about Reiki. And I only had an hour to talk about Reiki, do a guided meditation with the crystal quartz sound bowls, and to give everyone Reiki. I did have one assistant with me, and we did it. And then we had enough time to
Yeah.
do the talk and share thing. And I couldn't see myself doing that a couple years ago, but now I'm just like, people tell me to do things in front of people. I'm just like, okay. I didn't even plan how I was going to do it. I was just like, I got all my stuff with me. It's going to go the way it's going to go.
Yep. Good. I
If you
also
think about it too much, you start freaking out about it, and there's no reason to freak out. So you just wing it.
right, just wing it. I also see you talking about building the collective is what I get. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, you're super good at bringing people together. So it makes sense, right?
I am a projector in human design.
Love it.
Woo!
What was I gonna say? Do you feel complete? Is there anything you need to do or say or you need in that moment? I forgot that
Hugs.
you
I need big hugs.
big hug.
Big hugs.
Oh, I just saw everyone being on stage together and hugging.
Yay.
Hey, I love it. Do you feel complete now?
I feel complete.
Good. I feel like Kristen, I feel like you're gonna channel for me because I don't know why.
I'm gonna channel for you.
Yeah, so where do I need to go in the future? Do.
This is gonna mean something different to you than what it means to me, but I just got Mount Everest.
Mount Everest. Woo. Wait,
What's
where?
what's your biggest dream? What's the biggest dream you've ever had?
Building an empire.
Okay, what does that look like?
Like physically? I mean, I
Like
guess
an elevator pitch.
an elevator pitch. Well, I do feel like when you think about climbing mountains, right? It's like we always have that metaphor of the healing world of like climbing up the mountain and like going up the mountain, but it's like, do we ever get to the top of the mountain?
I saw you at the top.
Yeah,
at
so
the top.
yeah, so to me that represents like being in my purpose, fully connected, in alignment, and also climbing a fucking mountain, like literally.
Why do I always get wild adventurous stuff for you?
Do you?
Jumping out of airplanes.
Oh my
to
God,
Mount Everest.
You know, that's funny too. I just watched a documentary yesterday about a guy that's a climber, and he was climbing mountains. I didn't even realize.
Climbing mountains.
I was like, man, that's a very interesting job. He just climbs mountains. Like, well, how do you, and I see like, wow, can you imagine? It's one thing looking on a video or a picture of a mountain, right?
Right.
It's another thing like witnessing it, experiencing it, and being on top of it.
That, what you just said, I think is where you need to go. What's your Everest?
My Everest is
Like the picturing of it, like you were seeing it from the first time.
my Mount Everest is seeing everyone around me happy with themselves.
So
and
I
sharing that love with each other. That is my Mount Everest. And not just me, but like, and not just the people I love, but everyone. Loving themselves, feeling that love, and then sharing that outwardly. Physically, I have a house in the mountains by a lake, and I have a house in the desert, and I get to travel. I do travel across the world, show people how to take their power, how to strengthen themselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. And the reward of that is internal peace, which translates into having an abundance of finances, which will help feed others so that they can do the same.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So I broke the words down into ever rest. That's what I was getting. What is your ever rest? Which you just described. Your ever rest.
going back into the light of the creator and experiencing everything and nothing all at once, which I guess kind of sounds like death. Right? Kristen.
I mean,
But
yes.
it doesn't have to be a physical death. I don't think that we actually have to physically die. I don't.
I've gotten transformation card pulls every single day for the last 3 days in multiple decks. So that would actually make sense.
So what is transformation, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we can spiritually evolve to the point where we can levitate and still be conscious and aware and have everything that we want and desire and enjoy. Like, I want to go ride an airplane to the Himalaya mountains. I would love to go there. I would like to have the best dinner ever every day. The best meal ever. Float down the river, lay in the sun, play Uno, play board games with my kids.
Go hunt for crystals.
Yeah.
All over the world. I think that'd be
Yeah.
so much fun.
We would do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever. That feels good.
Nice.
Yep. And we don't even actually need to eat food. Oh yeah.
In this place or right now?
Yeah, it's called heaven and it exists and it's on earth. We just need to vibrate there. That's all. We'd actually
right now I'm gonna eat as much food as I want.
Yeah.
And we can eat as much food as we want there too. We just don't need it for a physiological
True.
manifestation. Yeah. Word. We are powerful AF. Anything else we need to do for this future life experience that matters?
Can I show you a card?
Yeah. Transformation. What is that of?
It's of the caterpillar morphing into a butterfly.
MG.
Because they literally turn to gelatin gush before they turn into a butterfly. And even then they have to force their way out of the cocoon, or they're not strong enough to flap their wings.
I love it. Well, it makes sense.
Beautiful.
Good. I feel totally legit. Is that the right word? I feel complete. I want to know, how will we see proof of this, Kristen?
I just heard the comet.
The comet?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna deflect. I don't want to go there. Oh my gosh, too much.
Oh wait, let's go there. Let's
No,
go there.
go there. It's a comet.
The comment. What do you mean by what are you getting?
Me or Kristen?
Either of you guys.
I heard the comet in my head and thought of the one that's coming up. But
Okay,
What's that?
there's a comet. I have no idea what the name is. It's some like jumble of letters and numbers, but it's going to be a green comet that we can see running parallel to the Big Dipper.
Oh.
February, first week of February-ish.
Okay. Cool.
cool. Tell it to come on my birthday.
Which is,
February
February.
9th.
February 9th.
that's almost what I was going to say. So maybe it does.
It's green. That's fascinating.
Green is the heart.
Yeah. All right, can't wait.
Deal.
Sounds
Cool.
great. Anything else? I keep getting my mom. What's the energy is like wild today.
We did mom stuff earlier.
Did we? This today is so. Oh, we did do mom stuff today.
Mhm. What else is coming up for you about your mom?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, when I was at the chiropractor and he my left QL has been super constricted and tight. And so he worked on that today and the other day as well. And today I kept seeing her, and then I got that my grandma died.
Interesting.
So I don't know if that actually happened or what.
Does your mom know something that you don't know about your grandma?
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like my feminine side was not being supported by the feminine. And that I'm fully supported now. And so those family dynamics that, even though they're not in my life, they also don't serve me anymore in this life. Because even though they, aren't in my life, they're still there. Right. So,
Yeah.
but that's what I got. The death of that experience connection. Yeah.
Nice.
Is it interesting that I had the same thought earlier that my grandpa could potentially, or my grandma could like be gone and I don't know it?
Really?
Yeah.
Earlier today?
Yeah, when you texted me earlier.
Huh. Interesting. I guess we'll see how this unfolds, huh?
And I was digging into the god of the underworld and all the death that's associated. That's the first thing that came into my mind.
Yeah, there's been a lot of the word ancestors coming up too. So
Do we need to do a past life?
let's see. I feel complete in this one. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Past Lives Matter.
Wait, let me stop. the
Your host,
recording. You won't
Jenifer
start-
Krause.
Oh my gosh, you're totally gonna do that. Let me
What,
stop.
me?
Yeah, let me stop.
What, me? After she does it so perfectly.
Yep, you're taking over. Peace
Mm.
out. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Does any of this make any sense to anyone?
Probably not, but that's okay because it does to us.
It totally makes sense to us. Okay.
You're still recording.
I know. I think this stuff is fun. The after, before, the weirdness, the mess ups. I think it's all funny. Okay, all right. I'm gonna hit stop now.